On June 28, 1914, a single wrong turn changed human history forever. Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne, arrived in Sarajevo. Tension in the Balkan region was already at an all-time high. Six young conspirators positioned themselves along the Quay Street. They belonged to the Black Hand secret society seeking Bosnian independence. Armed with pistols and hand-thrown bombs, they waited in the crowd. Did the royal security team prepare for an open-air motorcade attack? At 10:10 a.m., the royal motorcade approached the Quay Bridge. Conspirator Nedeljko Kabrinović pulled the pin on his grenade. He hurled the bomb directly at the Archduke's open-top car. The driver accelerated instantly upon seeing the flying object. The grenade bounced off the folded fabric roof of the royal car. It detonated underneath the wheel of the following escort vehicle. Over a dozen bystanders and officers were injured in the explosion. Kabrinović swallowed a capsule of expired cyanide and jumped into the river. The river was only 4 inches deep and the poison only caused vomiting. Police swarmed the riverbank and captured Kabrinović immediately. The remaining assassins panicked and scattered into the crowded city streets. Would the Archduke cancel the rest of his royal visit and retreat? Franz Ferdinand safely arrived at Sarajevo Town Hall, furious and shaken. He shouted at Mayor Fahim Kursic about bombs welcoming royal guests. After completing his scheduled speech, Ferdinand insisted on changing plans. He wanted to visit the injured officers at the local hospital. General Oskar Potiorek agreed, but decided on a safer, revised route. The motorcade would travel straight down Appel Quay, avoiding the city center. However, no one told the lead car driver about the route change. Communication breakdowns were about to cost millions of lives. 19-year-old assassin Gavrilo Princip felt completely defeated. Believing the plot had failed, he walked to Schiller's Delicatessen. He ordered a sandwich and stood outside near the corner of Franz Josef Street. Could random chance put the Archduke directly in Princip's path? At 10:45 a.m., the royal car led the procession down Appel Quay. Right at the corner of Schiller's Delicatessen, the driver turned right. He began driving onto Franz Josef Street following the original schedule. General Potiorek immediately yelled out from the passenger seat. He ordered the driver to stop because he was going the wrong way. The driver slammed on the brakes right in front of the Delicatessen. He shifted into reverse gear to back out onto Appel Quay. The vintage motor stalled completely right on the curb. The open-top car sat motionless just 5 feet away from Gavrilo Princip. Princip looked up in absolute disbelief at the target right before him. He reached into his coat pocket and drew his FN Model 1910 pistol. Was this fate or catastrophic bad luck for the Austro-Hungarian Empire? Without hesitating, Princip stepped forward and fired 2 point-blank shots. The first bullet struck Archduke Franz Ferdinand in the jugular vein. The second bullet hit his pregnant wife Duchess Sophie in the abdomen. Blood spurted onto the Archduke's green uniform coat as the car sped off. Ferdinand's last words to his wife were, "Sophie, stay alive for our children." Within 20 minutes, both Franz Ferdinand and Sophie had passed away. Princip attempted to shoot himself, but bystanders tackled him to the ground. The assassination triggered a massive geopolitical diplomatic crisis across Europe. Austria-Hungary blamed Serbia directly for orchestrating the terrorist attack. Count Leopold Berchtold urged Emperor Franz Joseph to declare immediate war. Would Germany offer unconditional support to its Austro-Hungarian ally? Kaiser Wilhelm II issued the famous blank check of military backing. On July 28th, exactly 1 month later, Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia. Russia immediately began mobilizing its massive military forces to defend Serbia. Tsar Nicholas II hoped to deter Austria but activated treaty alliances instead. Germany viewed Russian mobilization as a direct declaration of hostility. On August 1st, Germany declared war on the Russian Empire. France activated its alliance with Russia, preparing its army for battle. Germany implemented the Schlieffen plan to invade France through neutral Belgium. King Albert I of Belgium refused to allow German troops free passage. German forces crossed the Belgian border, burning towns and breaching forts. Great Britain demanded an immediate German withdrawal from neutral territory. When Germany ignored the ultimatum, Britain declared war on August 4th. Could anyone have stopped the rapid cascade of secret military treaties? Within 7 short weeks, Europe erupted into total global warfare. Millions of soldiers rushed to the front lines believing war would end by Christmas. Instead, industrial weapons transformed the conflict into a nightmare of trenches. Machine guns, artillery, shellfire, and poison gas reshaped modern combat forever. Over 20 million soldiers and civilians lost their lives in World War I. 4 major empires collapsed, including the German, Russian, Ottoman, and Austro-Hungarian. The Treaty of Versailles rewrote global borders and planted seeds for World War II. All of this global devastation traced back to one stalled car on a corner. A missed turn in Sarajevo altered the fate of humanity for a century. Historians still study how small individual decisions trigger colossal global shifts. What if the driver had stayed straight on Appel Quay instead of turning right? Would World War I have been avoided or merely postponed by history? Chaos theory proves that minor moments can shatter global empires overnight. Gavrilo Princip died in prison in 1918, never seeing the full aftermath. The car where Ferdinand died is now displayed in Vienna's Military History Museum. Millions of museum visitors stand before the vehicle every single year. They marvel at the small mechanical glitch that sparked 4 years of war. The wrong turn remains history's most terrifying example of historical butterfly effect. Simple human errors often carry consequences far beyond anyone's imagination. Today, Sarajevo honors the history with plaque markers on Franz Josef Street. Tourists walk the exact pavement where Princip drew his Browning pistol. The corner serves as a solemn reminder of peace's fragile nature. How quickly can global diplomacy unravel when luck shifts in an instant? The assassination of Franz Ferdinand remains the ultimate lesson in geopolitical friction. Alliance systems intended to maintain peace instead guaranteed catastrophic total war. Military leaders calculated speed of mobilization over diplomatic negotiation efforts. Millions paid the ultimate price for miscalculations made in royal palaces. The shadow of World War I still influences modern international borders today. From the Middle East to Eastern Europe, modern conflicts trace back to 1914. Understanding the wrong turn helps us recognize risks in modern geopolitics. Small miscommunications today can still trigger rapid international chain reactions. Diplomatic channels must remain open to prevent catastrophic escalations worldwide. Could a single wrong turn happen again in our modern interconnected world? The lesson of June 28, 1914 is timeless and urgently relevant. History is made by individuals reacting to moments of unexpected chaos. Standing on Appel Quay, one can still feel the weight of history. A stalled engine, a missed instruction, and a world changed forever. Franz Ferdinand's blood-stained coat remains a symbol of human vulnerability. Peace is never guaranteed and requires constant, vigilant effort to protect. As we look back at 1914, we see the fragility of our world. What lessons will future generations learn from the decisions we make today? The story of the wrong turn reminds us to tread carefully into the future. Every choice, no matter how small, can ripple across generations to come. Remember how a single wrong turn started the deadliest war of its era. Thank you for watching and exploring this pivotal historical moment with us. Be sure to subscribe for more deep dives into history's greatest turning points. What historical moment would you like us to explore next in our series? Leave your thoughts and questions in the comments section down below. Until next time, stay curious about the past and its impact on today. The story of Sarajevo will always echo through the halls of world history.